There is an enormous distinction between the utilization of a self-tapping screw and a self-penetrating screw. The need for zip screws as a modern provision for a private home change task will mean there is a need for an examination. Numerous individuals don't realize that a screw is not a widespread thing. This means the sort of screw is paramount for a particular requisition. A simple screw is employed to protect things together. This may contain bits of timber, metal material, or plastic for any kind of application. The single thing to remember is the kind of mess that could be required in order to complete a certain project. One purpose to utilize a self-drilling screw is whenever a pilot opening isn't necessary. This really is frequent when utilizing a fastener for joining an item of wood. Every sort of screw that might be discovered at a tool shop or home change store has diverse uses dependent upon a provision. Most individuals will find utilizing a streamlined clasp is an improved decision over utilizing a nail when working with bits of material. One thing to remember is the utilization of any screw that might be mistaken will cause major issues with a venture. The tip of an item that is self-tapping has cutting edges that are intended to bore into the surface of any material without breaking a sweat. There is no compelling reason to begin a pilot gap for getting the thing set up. A pilot opening is penetrated from the turning of the edges on the tip of a standard screw. This thing is best utilized for provisions that utilization hard materials, for example metal. A typical screw that is self-drilling is generally useful for any jobs concerning the usage of wood. A lot of the objects useful for do-it-yourself jobs may benefit from this specific item. The primary reason a self-tapping piece is that the product won't simply crack, but that depends upon the kind of timber a task can require. Masonry work and work that is done with steel will often require using a screw that is self-tapping. The benefit is having a pilot hole being made that is big enough for the body of the screw. One aspect that is beneficial is not having the material crack during the process of adding a screw. This means there is not any issue with scratches on the material. The springs on different sorts of self-penetrating screws are basically the same. They will run from the base, the distance to the focus, and gouge out a gap when it is bored. The consequence of the requisition for this kind of thing is a bond that is solid and suitable for general ventures. This will be the primary excuse for why mortgage holders and industry workers lean toward this sort of hardware. Lots of people might not understand that zip screws are usually the form applied to protect a drywall. You should not make a pilot maintain since the mess simply works into place. For this reason, individuals who mount drywall frequently have it completed in a quick amount of time.